Oh! What's going on, you guys? Today I'm going to be breaking down and discussing the main event of UFC 309. Jon Jones versus Stipe. This took place last night, actually. I'm doing this about in the afternoon. Yeah, that fight was an embarrassment. That fight was a joke. It was... They both looked old. You know, it's funny, especially after seeing that Mike Tyson fight on Friday. They looked a lot like that, you know, and Stipe's 42. Mike Tyson's like 55, and it was just, he still looked... we're going to get right into it. Make sure you guys like and sub. We're going to break down the fight round by round, and I'm going to give you guys my honest opinion on it. I guess we'll start with the first round. Obviously, Jon dominated this round. He got one takedown. He landed about 49 total strikes. He landed some sick elbows. You know, it was Jon Jones things, you know. Look, here's the thing, right? Instantly from the first round, you could see Stipe Miocic was, he was just not in it. You know, he looked old. I'm not going to lie to you guys and be like, oh yeah, you know, well, Stipe, you know, no. And I'm already seeing Jon Jones fans on Twitter, like, hyping up this win. This was not that good of a win at all, because Stipe didn't want to be there. I'll actually give credit to Joe Rogan, who I usually shit on his commentary. He did say after the fight, like, let's be honest, guys, Stipe didn't look like he wanted to be there, or Stipe didn't really show up, or however he put it. I was like, yeah, like, I'm not going to dick suck Jon Jones for finishing a Stipe Miocic that was clearly just... So anyways, he dominated the first round. Second round, Stipe did a lot better. Obviously, you can see it's closer on numbers. I think one judge even gave this round to Stipe. He did a lot better. He was landing a little bit more. Jon was like literally running away, like, which, you know, it's not like he's never done that before. We've seen Jon run away in the cage, but he was literally running away from Stipe, and it was yeah, he's gay. I don't care. He's a homosexual man. He was running away from Stipe, but I think he did rock him very badly. And I want to say it was this round. He hit him with something like really big that rocked him. I don't know if it was this round or round 3, but he rocked him with a good punch. And I said, hey, man, at least Jon Jones actually rocked somebody with a punch. So that was cool. And then, of course, round 3, total domination. Stipe, you know, he did all right in this round again, but Jon Jones just did his thing. And then and look, he had been working the body the whole fight. Lands a spinning back kick right to the rib. Really, it was like the kidney area. And just shuts down Stipe. Jon does a little Trump dance. Yeah, I just think Jon Jones is like, commentary instantly calling him the GOAT. Joe Rogan saying, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with the greatest of all time. Like, obviously he was told to say that because Joe Rogan has been very, like, clear on, like, his stance on the greatest of all time. He thinks it might be Demetrius Johnson. He thinks it might be George St. Pierre. Like, he's very clear that he's not unanimously giving that to Jon Jones, right? But obviously he was told to say this. He was told to call Jon the GOAT. And this is my problem with Jon Jones and the idea that he's the greatest of all time. I feel like he's such a manufactured GOAT. Like, I feel like... I'm just going to go on this rant right now. Fuck it. I feel like Jon Jones is the most manufactured GOAT in the history of the sport. Because they're going to, in 5 years, 10 years, be like, look at the people he's beaten. Stipe Miocic, Daniel Cormier twice, yada, 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 yada. But, like, they won't add context. They won't add context to the fact that, yeah, Stipe was 42 when he beat him. Oh, he stopped Stipe Miocic. Not many men have done that. Stipe was 42. Oh, he stopped Daniel Cormier. He was on steroids. Oh, he stopped this guy. Like, this is the problem. This is why I don't believe this guy's the greatest of all time. They want a Michael Jordan. They want who's like the football GOAT, like a Tom Brady. They want this token, like, greatest of all time so bad. But it's just like, why Jon Jones? You could pick from so many better guys that didn't beat their wife, that aren't gay, that didn't take steroids. Like it's why Dana White always shits on guys like GSP2 which I'm like, dude, GSP I think is the greatest of all time. If you guys in the comments ask me, I'd say GSP is the greatest of all time. Never took steroids, always beat the people that beat him, beat the guys in their prime, whatever. But Dana, it's like he doesn't even acknowledge there's other guys that could potentially be greater than Jon, which I think there are plenty, like Demetrius Johnson, obviously like GSP, Anderson Silva is up there as well. With that being said, I thought this fight was shit. I thought Jon Jones I thought Jon Jones just I don't know. I mean, post fight interview was what it was. I mean, he basically I think he's more open to the idea of Tom Aspinall. Obviously now, it's weird though. He contradicts himself because in the post fight press conference he said, "I don't want to fight Tom at all." But then he says, "Well, yeah, I'll fight Tom for a good amount of money." So it's like, well, you would fight him then just for money then. Like this guy is retarded, man. He's gay and retarded. Like pick a struggle, bro. Pick a struggle. But anyways, um, I thought this performance was kind of mid from both. Obviously, Stipe looked horrible, but Jon, it was just especially that first round, man. I'm looking at that first round and I'm like, if you're gonna face one of the best, like, yeah, okay, look, Jon looked good in the first round, but it was also like the stand up was just like, ugh, slow. Again, yeah, he got the good takedown, he landed the elbows, but on the feet, like Aspinall gets you out of there in a minute. I'm sorry. I know some people are like, maybe I don't know about the Aspinall fight. Maybe I would go with Jon. No, I am still just as confident as ever that Tom Aspinall would put away Jon Jones. I don't care. This performance didn't show me anything. This performance didn't show me like, oh yeah, like he would, he would give look, he would give Aspinall problems, right? Of course. I'm not gonna say like Aspinall is gonna shut him out. I don't know, bro. I just think Aspinall is too quick. He's too slick. He's got good jujitsu. He's got great jujitsu. He's been doing it since he was a kid. He's got great defensive and offensive wrestling. Even though we haven't seen his defensive wrestling tested yet. Because you know why we haven't? Because he's knocked everybody out in a minute. Because he's faced wrestlers before, like Curtis Blades twice. Obviously, the first time his knee exploded. The second time he knocked him out in a minute. Like, anyways, man, Jon Jones, Tom Aspinall should be next. Fuck Joe Rogan for being like, some people want to see you fight Pereira, and some people want to see you fight Aspinall. But anyways, John, what do you want to do next? Like, they like so quickly skated over whatever. I guess the UFC they showed Tom on camera. It got a bigger reaction than the mention of Pereira. So I guess Tom Aspinall is a big star. He's become one in New York of all places. It's not like this was in London. Obviously, he'd get a big reaction in London or even in Europe. This was in New York, like, and he's getting these reactions. I'm telling you, Tom Aspinall, Jon Jones would be one of the biggest fights in the history of the UFC. And if the buildup is great, like imagine if these guys had like a Conor Habib type build, it'd be the biggest pay-per-view in the history of the sport. But overall, my overall thoughts on this fight, and obviously I'm gonna do a card breakdown right after this, but my overall thoughts on this fight is Stipe looked like he shouldn't have been in there, like right from the bell, or yeah, whatever, right when the bell rung. Jon looked like he looked better than his last fight from the time I saw, at least on the feet, I thought he did. Slightly quicker overall. Obviously, it's hard to judge because his last fight lasted a minute because SRO Gan got paid off, right? Don't ask me how I know that, just allegedly. Um, which is like, wow, Stipe Miocic did better than SRO Gan. How bad is SRO Gan? Anyway, people like glaze SRO Gan. I'm like, he got dropped badly by Tai Tuivasa, who's now on a 6-fight losing streak, and he instantly submitted to like a really shitty guillotine. It was clear either he got paid off or he just didn't want to be in there. Anyways, man. Overall, I still think Tom Aspinall, comes in, 1-2, smokes Jon Jones's bald, egg-headed ass. Make sure you guys like and sub. I finally got a haircut, guys. What do you guys think? I'm gonna get all the Mexicans now. See you guys next time. Alexa Grasso, hit me up. Bye. Fuck Jon Jones.